There is a massive wave of panic and fear around the social media, where everybody is saying that the crypto market is going to crash. The one and only reason that could make you fearful and doubtful in any financial market is not knowing what's going to happen next. And for that reason, I am here today to try and help you understand what's happening in the crypto market and what are the next steps going forward. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is King, a full-time trader and investor, and today's video is not meant to be any kind of financial advice and it's for pure educational purposes only. There are many channels out there who promise you massive gains and getting rich so fast, but this channel is not one of them. My job as an analyst is to explain to you the market in an educated and logical ways in hope that I can help you understand what's going to happen next. As you can see, my channel is new and needs your support. So if it's your first time here, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. The more you do it, the more I'll be able to provide content like this. So let's go to the charts. So before we start, I just want to tell you guys that I was not planning on making this video. But after receiving many messages and comments on Twitter and Instagram that were from viewers and followers who were so concerned about where the market is heading, mainly because they've been listening to the FUD that has been going around, so I decided to give you a quick bigger picture analysis on the market and tell you what's the status as of right now and what should be happening next. So this chart over here is for the crypto total market cap. It's not for any specific cryptocurrency or coin. Now, the main reason behind everybody's concern is this fall over here, this exact piece. And because the major rule of technical analysis says that lower lows are a sign of reversal, everybody got into the panic mode once we formed this lower low over here. So this was the last one and this is the next one. Now let me explain to you what this pattern that I put between two lines here means. This structure is a corrective structure and it's called an expanding flat. It consists of three waves where the first wave is small and then we get another corrective wave and then we get a third wave that breaks the low of the previous wave where we started over here. Now this structure is not a very common structure, but it still exists in the market and usually it's very tricky to spot. To me, the center of this structure is a 5-wave correction and it's very obvious. It's a W, X, Y, X and Z pattern. This piece over here was completed once the price broke in the last low and started going lower, which meant that two pieces of the bigger structure were complete. And those were the first wave A over here, and this was the wave B, which consisted of 5 waves on the smaller correction. So now we're in the third and last wave of this big correction, and the overall pattern looks like this. This is wave A, and this is wave B, and this is wave C. It's an expanding flat with A, B, and C waves. Now, does this mean that the correction is complete? I would say that there's a 70% chance that this last and third piece, which is wave C over here, this piece was already complete and we're starting the recovery phase. However, there's a 30% chance, which is a slightly lower chance, that this piece is not complete and maybe we can drop lower than this. But as I said, that's a small chance and it does not mean that the market is going to crash. There is no need to panic. It's just an extended piece that could go lower, and most likely if it goes lower than this level where we touched here, okay, we're not going to go further than this yellow box over here, because this is the support area that we have right now, and this happens to be in line with the Fibonacci retracement level of the 0.618, which is usually the strongest Fibonacci level that's there. And as I always tell you in my videos, be open for possibilities, but here the scenario of dropping down further has a slight chance and is not likely to happen. Now, if you haven't watched my video on why I believe that the Bitcoin correction is over, I'll leave a link for you on the top over here so please go and watch it. There I explain how I believe Bitcoin will regain its strength over the next 2 months and how it will exactly happen based on its history. So going back now to the overall market situation, as I said earlier, we have two possibilities over here. The first one would be that the last wave, wave C, is complete and we have already started regaining strength, which means we're in the uptrend again. The second possibility is maybe, and that has a lesser chance, maybe, just maybe, that the wave C of the overall correction is not yet complete and we might see another pullback retesting either the previous low or maybe we'll retest this level over here. But most probably we're not going further down. So if that happens, we might see a little bit of consolidation afterwards, but definitely we'll start going in an uptrend from there. So if you're still not convinced, I will show you other examples of this same structure from famous indexes that most of you would know and show you what happened next. So here's the Nasdaq index, and let me zoom out a little bit. Please take a look at this structure over here and notice the similarity between this and the crypto market. Nobody have thought that after this fall over here, after this crash, that Nasdaq was going to regain its strength and continue going up. But this happened to be a corrective pattern as happening right now in the crypto market. And right after this last piece, which was very similar, this is an A, B, C correction, Nasdaq regained its strength and started going up and even achieved new highs. Another example would be the US 30, and there you have it. Look at this crash over here. It's also the same exact example. So if we put the structure between two lines, there you have it. That's another expanding flat which has an ABC correction inside of it. And once that piece was finished, US 30 started going up all over again and achieved new highs. Here is also the S&P 500, and again the exact same structure. So we had an ABC correction which was in the form of an expanding flat where we had the first wave, a small wave, then a corrective wave that consists of smaller waves as we have right now in the crypto market. Then the last wave down, which broke in the previous low, then started regaining its strength slowly till it broke the top, the previous top, and achieved new highs. So what I'm trying to say over here, that this drop in price in the crypto market does not mean that we're heading for a crash, because this is a very common pattern among big indexes, and that the whole structure that we have right here is a corrective pattern, which does not happen often and it's hard to spot. But this is exactly where we stand right now, and most likely we're on our way to regaining our strength and continuing up. So please don't listen to all the panic and all the noises that are over there in social media, on YouTube, or in different channels. While I respect many analysts out there, most of them use techniques that depend on indicators that are lagging, which means they depend on the history but they can't tell you what's happening next. This structure that we have over here is a corrective structure, and it's not the beginning of another crash of the crypto market that's going to take 1 or 2 or 3 years. And I wanted to give you this quick update to make sure that all of you guys are not panicking and that you understand what are all these structures about and what do they mean, and based on what we have right now, what should happen next. So until the next video, stay safe and see you later.